Hi guys, what's up? For today's video, why am I yelling? For today's video, I'm going to be doing my bronzer declutter. I uploaded my highlighter declutter video last week, which I will leave linked down below and in the cards above. A bunch of you guys absolutely loved it. And you really gave me like a ton of compliments in a way where you were like just so proud of me. And it really meant a lot because honestly, it wasn't so easy. But I'm so happy that I did it because I did it and I'm not looking back, you know? My declutter videos are usually like, you know, no games being played style. So that's what it's going to be for this video as well. Also, we're going to do the same thing for the bronzers that we did with the highlighters. If any of you guys are interested in purchasing any of the bronzers, then definitely follow me on Instagram. I'll keep you guys in the loop there, let you guys know what the prices are. It's pretty much first come, first serve. So if you are interested, get your eyes on it ASAP, because with the highlighters, you guys were moving. There was no games over there. And also, just like with the highlighters, I will be donating 10% of the money that I make with the bronzers to a family in need. Very excited about that. I think that's pretty much it. I think the next category I might want to do is blushes. I feel like I'm holding off on lips because I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then possibly primers. And then the last one is probably going to be eyeshadow palette. So definitely stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoy this and let's go ahead and get started. This is my Alex 9 drawer unit. You guys know that. And then in this drawer right here is where I keep my bronzing and contouring products. It definitely is a bit messy. After I declutter, I'm going to organize everything and keep it neat. First product I have here is this Pop Beauty Contour 101 palette. This I'm definitely going to declutter. I just never got down with it. I honestly just thought it didn't perform too well. So declutter. The next one up is this Sephora palette. This came out, I think, holiday 2016, I want to say. It was limited edition and I specifically bought it for the contouring bronzing shade in here because it does have a gorgeous red undertone to it. The blushes are nice and the highlighter is also nice, but this was just like the reason. I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this because at the time I enjoyed it, I loved it, I got a nice amount of use out of it, but at this point in my life I just don't find myself like really touching it, so I'm gonna declutter it. Hopefully somebody else will enjoy. Next one up is this Sephora Sun Disc. It's pretty massive. This is absolutely gorgeous on the skin. I don't even know why, I just don't tend to use it ever, really. I don't know, I was thinking that, you know what, I'm thinking. Declutter. I'm gonna declutter it just because I think it's gorgeous, but I'm just being real with myself. I haven't touched this in probably a good year, so I don't think anything is gonna change, you know what I mean? Same Liora, old Liora, new Liora, same girl. Okay, next one up is this Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer. I actually think a lot of you guys might be surprised with what I'm gonna do with this, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter. I don't know. I do like it. I don't tend to use it way too much. The last few times I use it, I'm like, all right, I mean, it's nice, but I'm not dying over it, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. I'm so proud of myself. Next one up is this Essence Matte Bronzing Powder. This is actually one I'm gonna keep, even if it's from the drugstore, even if it's like $5. I love it so freaking much. Next one up is this Rimmel Radiance Brick. This is one I'm gonna go ahead and declutter. I think I purchased it and probably used it once. So goodbye. I have the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. I really love this. You guys can see, honestly, it speaks for itself. I just wish the packaging would be a bit thinner, but it's still a great product. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. Next one up is this Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. Here's what the product looks like. It is beautiful, very luxurious. This is one that I purchased last year around this time. I think I used it 3 or 4 times and I was kind of upset at myself because I'm like, I just didn't really need it, but I purchased it anyway. I don't even know what I was thinking. It was way too late to return. I kept it and I don't know, I just don't really use it, so I think somebody else will enjoy it more. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. So then I have these 3 L'Oreal bronzers. I love the size. It's pretty massive, but you get your brush in there like perfectly. I have 3 of them. I know I don't need all of them, so we're gonna declutter some. This is probably my favorite one. This was the first one they released when they went ahead and released these bronzers in general. It's in 01. I'm gonna keep this one. I love it. These are wonderful products, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter them. And this one right here is in 01, so essentially the same thing as that, and I'm keeping that already. And this one right here is in 02, which is really pretty. It has little specks of glitter in there, but I don't need it. So I don't think I even use it. Maybe I used it once, I'm not sure, but declutter for both. The next bronzer we have up is from Pretty Vulgar. This is in the shade Bronzed B. Actually a really beautiful bronzer. It is very pigmented, so you have to go very light with it, otherwise it's gonna be like boom. I like it, but I'm not beyond in love with it. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter. Next one up is this Ofra bronzer slash blush. That's what it says in the back. It's in the shade Format. This is just way too deep for my skin. It also has a little bit of like a luminous finish, so that's probably why I didn't use this way too much. I think I'm gonna declutter. Not think. Declutter, goodbye. I then have this palette here by Ofra in collaboration with Francesca Tola. Here's what the palette looks like on the inside. This is one that I think I used maybe once. But I found that these are like way too dark. You guys know how heavy-handed I go with bronzers. So with this, it literally looked like someone punched me in the face or I rolled my face in mud. And normally I can fix things up if I'm in that kind of situation. But with these, I'm like, I think it's just geared for people who do have a little bit of a deeper complexion. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. You get 2 blushes in here as well, which are really beautiful. Next one up is this Too Faced Natural Face palette. So this actually does come with blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. I just happen to keep it in my bronzer drawer because this is typically what I use this palette mainly for. The bronzers, I'll dip into the blushes occasionally, and the highlighters sometimes too, but I really, really love these bronzers. It's just, it has like a reddish undertone to it. I really love those kind of bronzers. I feel like it just works well with my skin, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. Plus, I think it's really good for packaging, for traveling, and I love it. It's a great formula. Next one up is this Next one up is this MAC and Jeremy Scott Cheeky Volume 1 Mixtape Blush, Bronzer, and Highlighter. So basically take off the lid like that. It has a mirror to it. Here's what the inside looks like. We did find this at TJ Maxx a few months back, but I actually did purchase it for the full price tag on Max's site when it came out. I've used it quite a few times. Wasn't beyond crazy about it. They're typical shades, so I mean shades that I have in my collection. Last year at this time, I probably would not have, you know, decluttered it, but now I'm kind of like, it's okay. Somebody else will enjoy, so declutter. Okay, awkward position, but I then have 3 pure bronzers. I definitely don't need 3, so let's see which one is going to leave my home. This one right here is the Mineral Glow Illuminating Bronzer. It is beautiful. These also smell amazing. I have to tell you guys, like the Cocoa bronzers from Too Faced. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. It's a little bit too dark. I then have these 2. This one right here is light, and then this one right here is dark. I'm just thinking which one. I think I'm gonna keep this dark one just because it's an easier formula to work with, and then this light one, I feel like if I'm self-tanned, it probably won't work for me, but with this one, it would work for me if I'm self-tanned or if I'm not self-tanned. Next one up is from MAC. This was in collaboration with Ellie Goulding. Really beautiful. We get a bronzer on the top and then a blush on bottom. Honestly, a part of me kind of wants to keep it because I used to really collect all of these like MAC powders. I used to be on top of like the releases, like my ass used to be on top of that. But I think I'm gonna declutter this. I haven't used it in quite some time. It doesn't, you know, bring me any joy or spark any joy in me. So declutter, hopefully somebody else will enjoy. And I keep saying that because, you know, I had my time with you and now I'm over you. So goodbye. This one, on the other hand, is one that does hold a very special place in my heart. It's very nostalgic for me, so I am gonna keep this one. It's in the shade Refine Golden. It's not a limited edition shade, but the packaging and everything is limited edition, so this I'm gonna keep. This is the next MAC bronzer I have. This was in collaboration with Brooke Candy. This honestly was a major disappointment because I used it once and it literally had hard pan from then on, and so I kind of got turned off from it. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter. And then I have this MAC bronzer in the shade Delicate. On the face, it just adds a really like radiant glow, you know, without looking illuminated. You know what I'm saying? I like it, I just don't use it a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter. Even though it was limited edition, the packaging is really cute. I think it's time to say goodbye. Next one up is this Rimmel Maxi Bronzer. Really cool concept. I love that there are 3 shades in one. It's actually really, really nice, very soft. I'm just like thinking to myself, why don't I use these things? I think I'm gonna keep this. I think now that I'm decluttering a lot, I'll be able to see what few products I actually have and then use them, you know, and the quality of this is really, really nice from the drugstore, so keeping. The next one we have up is this Clarins bronzer. I used to love this like crazy. So this was limited edition. It's just so beyond adorable. There are 3 shades in here. When you apply it on your face, when you mix all of these together, it kind of comes across a little bit more cooler in tone, but it still looks very fresh on the skin, you know? I was really into this last year at this time, but at this point in my life, I don't use it anymore, so declutter. I then have 2 of these bronzers from Laura Mercier. Obsessed with these. So here's a small baby. It's in 03. This is one that I do take with me traveling pretty often because it's just like a go-to fast bronzer that I don't really have to think about, and like I kind of look good, you know? So keeping this. I'm also 100% going to keep the full size. This is actually also in 03. I don't even know if you guys can see, but I did use a nice amount. Like the dome part is not there anymore. Obsessed with this, I'm telling you guys. One of the best bronzers from Sephora, from like the high-end world. The next 2 bronzers I have here are from Too Faced. This is so hot for me. So I have Milk Chocolate and Chocolate. These smell absolutely delicious. I don't know, I'm thinking to myself, I know I probably don't need both. I go very heavy-handed with this, sometimes then it looks like whoa, Liora, calm down. Also, what I realize a lot of you guys love when I say chocolate, I had to mention that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep the chocolate Soleil bronzer and Declutter the milk chocolate. We're doing it. We're doing it for once and for all. The next one I have here is some Gorgeous Cosmetics. This one right here is in Endless Summer. And as you guys can see, hopefully, I did use a nice amount of this. I mean, you can still see the embossment of the word gorgeous. I like this. I don't really use it so much anymore, so I'm gonna declutter that. Next one up is the Sweetie Pie bronzer from Too Faced. A lot of you guys told me that I got you hooked on this, and I'm like, yay! I purchased mine from Sephora though for the full price tag, but they have been selling them at TJ Maxx as of lately. Here's what it looks like. It threw me off a little bit in the beginning because I'm like, I don't want my bronzer to be like blushy, but it's not like that when you apply this on your face. It has the best undertone to it. Keeping. Next bronzer we have up is the Too Faced Unicorn Tears bronzer. Love this as well. Also with this one, initially I was kind of like, wait, how am I going to use that? But mixed, like swirled together, it really adds the most beautiful, like illuminated bronzing effect to the face. You know, I like to top this over sometimes a regular bronzer just to add that, you know, something, but it's nice to use on its own too, so keeping. I don't even know if all of that made sense. You know what I mean. The next bronzer I have here is from Guerlain, and this is the Terracotta bronzer in 04, I want to say. 1 second. Yeah, 04. I really, really love it, but I haven't used it in like 4 months, and I just kind of feel like it's a waste sitting here, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter. All right, both of these sections are done, and we just have these two little guys, and then we're done with this declutter. The next bronzer we have up is this Too Faced Pineapple Sun bronzer. This is just really too cute for words. I'm going to keep this for sure. Here's what it looks like. We get a bronzer and then like a highlighter on this side. Next one up is this L'Oreal bronzer that I got from Cancun, I want to say like 3 years back. I honestly kept it for the memory. I purchased this with my ex-boyfriend when we both went to Cancun, and I don't know, we broke up like a year ago, and I kind of felt like I still wanted to keep it, but I'm kind of over him and it. So I don't need this in my life, you know what I mean? Bye! The next bronzer I have up is this one from Becca and Capri Coast. And this is really, really beautiful. Also with this one, it just adds the most beautiful like effect on the face. It's absolutely stunning. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this because I have this in a small deluxe size, and I think that would be more than enough. Plus the small one, with the small one I could take it traveling with me and it would be easier as opposed to taking this with me. So declutter this. So here's a small baby in Capri Coast. This is the one that I am going to be keeping. I got it in a Sephora Favorites kit. So thankful for that. Next one we have up is Bahama Mama from, what's this? 1 second, The Balm. So this is a really nice bronzer. It looks pretty dark, but it's one that is very, very, very easy to work with. Even if you go heavy-handed, it's not like mudness going on. I used to use it a lot, like maybe 2 years ago, but I haven't touched it in probably a year. Let's be real here, so declutter. Next one up is this ABH bronzer in Tawny. I actually really, really love this. I was looking at some of my older pictures a few weeks back, and I'm like, what bronzer am I wearing? I look amazing. And it was this one. I really, really miss it. I haven't used it in quite some time, but it is one that I adore and love, and probably gonna use it in the next week or two for sure. Keeping. The next bronzer I have here is this Kevyn Aucoin one. It's just a little baby. This is in the shade Light. I like this. I wasn't in love with it, so I'm gonna declutter. I then have this CoverGirl bronzer here in Golden Tan. I haven't had a major chance to use it, so I'm gonna keep it. I have this Pixi Sheer Sculpting cream bronzer. This actually like really, really sucks, and Pixi products usually never disappoint me, but this one was kind of bad, so declutter. I have this Fenty bronzer in Caramel Cutie. It is really gorgeous on the skin, so I'm gonna keep that. This right here is from the Sephora brand in Los Cabos. This is one that I was in love with 2 years back, but I'm not in love with anymore, so declutter. I have this mini Bobbi Brown bronzer in medium 2. It's actually brand new. I don't really have any interest in keeping it, so I'm gonna declutter. I also have this XOXO Lisa Frank bronzer that was in collaboration with Glamour Dolls. I absolutely love Lisa Frank. I loved it more when I was, I would say, a kid. Now I'm into it, but not as much. I like this. I wasn't crazy over it, so I'm gonna declutter. I have this Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer that I take with me traveling a lot. I really, really love it. I could see myself hitting pan soon, so I'm gonna keep it. I have this Baby Hula bronzer, which I'm gonna keep as well. Great for traveling, and there's a ton of product in here. I really don't need more than this. And then I have this Baby Laguna. I do have Laguna in the full size, but I'm gonna keep this because I could take it with me traveling, so keeping. Okay, so here's how everything looks after I decluttered. So much more organized, so much more appealing to the eye, and I could see what I have. I love everything that's in here. and I'm so happy to just, you know, start using these even more. So these are the ones that I'm keeping. There are 20 in total, which is like massive thumbs up, right? And so here you guys can see my numbers. I had a total of 49 bronzers. I'm keeping 20 and I'm decluttering 29. I'm so happy with my work today. It's been pretty good. I wanted to make sure to show you guys this part, but yeah, this is everything that I'm gonna be decluttering. Yay! Good job. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I really hope you guys enjoyed my bronzer declutter video. It's funny to me, or very interesting to me, because usually when I go into it, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But then once I'm in the zone and I'm making the video, I'm like, no. And a bunch of you guys love it because it's like, you know, it's like, come on, let's go. So I really had a fun time filming this video. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.